Is Canva coming after Adobe?
We both use a certain program to create thumbnails, graphics, all sorts of stuff, right? Canva. Canva is, if you don't know, it is a web-based like graphic design program that's super user-friendly, and it's not like really UI heavy as like Adobe Illustrator and stuff like that. Um, they just bought another brand called Affinity. And that is stepping into the Adobe Illustrator realm where you have your more intense tool set and just application use of a program. So, what does that mean for us?
So I think the interesting thing here is certainly, well, one, if you talk to like actual graphic designers, like I've worked with an actual graphic designer before.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say actual, I mean like not me.
Yeah.
They like kind of make fun of Canva because it is like a little kid's version of Photoshop.
It
Like,
super is.
It's like the little kids version of the Adobe suite. There's tons of things that you can do, and you can clean things up. You can make a good thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
But like the Mr. Beasts of the world, right? They're using Photoshop, and they'll continue to use Photoshop because it just has more flexibility, right? It's that ability to like dive in and really get everything that you want out of what you're trying to do, thumbnails in our cases.
Yeah.
But for like me and you, like I don't have time to figure out Photoshop on top of everything else.
Dude, I've tried, and it's there's so much there. There's so many tools, and it's awesome.
Mhm.
Because I have access to the full suite, right? So I've dipped my toes in Illustrator, which is like the graphic design, Photoshop, Lightroom, like all those different programs. I've had to use Illustrator for work a few times,
Mhm.
which has just been so hard. I'm just not, I'm not a graphic designer. I
Right.
have a friend that goes to church, and she's like got a degree in graphic design. So, but funny enough, she uses Canva.
It's just easy. It's like it's quick. It's
It
easy.
is.
You just press the button. It's all good, right? I don't have to learn.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, I know you like Adobe, but man, I hate all of Adobe's UI. Like,
Yeah.
The user interface of all Adobe products to me is overboard and just a little confusing.
There's a ton.
It's just, and it's all gray. Like it's just a gross gray. I don't need to go off. It's not about that. I took in high school and in college, I took a Photoshop class, like
Mhm.
one each. I still couldn't tell you, I remember we like made like the matrix, like the number screen thing, and we did it from
Oh, yeah.
scratch. Super cool, but I don't need to know how to do that. So I use Canva.
Yep.
The interesting thing though is out of all the Adobe suite, I use Illustrator the most because with kind of vector, with vector art or logos, for when now get bent, some stuff like that. You can go in and change the colors a lot easier on Illustrator, and so I've used that quite a bit. But it kind of has the same issues as everything else. And so this interests me. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know what Affinity was before you brought this up to me, but I think it is interesting. I think it's cool. I hope that they take the Canva of it all, like the very easy to use UI, and then make it for kind of vector art.
Yeah. So then that's the other thing too. It's like, okay, and this happened. I found this article like a couple of days ago. So I think it's fairly recent. I haven't seen any other news as far as what they're gonna do or, what have you. But is Canva going to integrate some of that UI to the web-based stuff?
Is Affinity web based already?
Affinity is a program.
It's
So
okay. It's like an
Yeah, I
app.
believe it's like a suite kind of deal. Uh, is Affinity going to take some of the Canva stuff? I think I read that Affinity doesn't have um, they don't have the AI like text to generation, image generation. Canva does. So
It's pretty
is
bad
Affinity
though.
gonna? Well, yeah, but it's
I don't know if
early.
you've used it. It's pretty bad.
I haven't used it. I've used Photoshop's image generation, whatever the word is. I don't know. I've
Mhm.
used Photoshop's version and it's pretty solid. But I also wasn't like generating like real life stuff. It was like animation type deal just to fill in something,
Mhm.
just to play around with it. Um, but being able to integrate that into Affinity might make it a better deal if it's a heftier program to use it, you know.
I
Um,
I wonder how AI. I mean, I guess yeah, that could work really well because if you could do like an AI generated like vector image, and
mhm.
so vectors for those that don't know, and I really shouldn't know either. It's just basically like point based. Like you put points on a graph, and then that's how it's kind of like connect the dots style art.
Mhm.
Um, being able to like generate a vector image and then go in and change the little dots and vectors and smooth it out and everything like that, that
Mhm.
would be really helpful. That'd be
That would be
cool.
awesome.
I don't know if I trust Canva for to be the leader in AI to make
No,
that happen, but
not at
it'd be
all.
cool.
It'd be neat. You know, to me, like just having the ability to do some of the more detailed stuff that a program like Affinity or Adobe can do with still having that simple UI would be awesome.
Yeah.
Canva can already do a bunch of stuff, but it could do a whole lot more if it really wanted to, and Affinity might make it do that.
I wonder if, like you were saying, is this a situation where we're going to get the Adobe-ification of Canva in that they start
Mhm.
rolling out like the Canva suite that, you get Canva,
Mhm.
you get Affinity, for an extra $5 a month, you get access to the AI features. I think right now the AI features are rolled in, but we're seeing subscription models cut and, cut out certain things and
Mhm.
making it an upcharge. So I hope that this doesn't mean that one Canva becomes more expensive again.
Mhm.
Because I think it used to be $5 a month, now it's 10. This
Yeah.
could push it to 15, 20, 30, 40, and then you're just basically Adobe and not as
Yeah.
good anymore. Um, so I
Still
kind
as good, just more expensive.
of right. Um, yeah, I just hope that this doesn't become a way to just get more money from us, which it
Mhm.
probably is because that's the region for most mergers, but we'll see.
Yeah. Now, the other thing is, Affinity, I kinda described it to you before that we started recording. I find it to be like the DaVinci to Adobe variant, right? A Premiere to DaVinci, and then Affinity to
Illustrator.
Illustrator and stuff like that. Because it's just a one-time purchase for maybe they have a suite. I haven't looked it up,
For
but it's
now.
for now. In the article I have in our show notes, though, I did see that there was, yeah, and again, for now, that Canva didn't plan on making Affinity subscription based like Canva is. So is it going to be kind of like the Canon and Nikon thing where not Canon and Nikon, Nikon and Red thing where Nikon just has it and then Red still does their own thing? I don't know. It would be really cool. I would be interested in checking it out. Or Affinity, that is.
Yeah.
You know,
How much do you know how much it is?
I'm a
If it's a
terrible
one
researcher guy. I am a awesome researcher, and I found it right away whenever I was doing all the research. For Mac, Windows, iPad. Oh, it's got an iPad version too. There is $48.99
Hmm,
for the desktop versions,
hmm,
$12.99 for iPad, and there is a Affinity V2 universal license. So that's for all three, the
hmm.
Mac, Windows, and iPad for 114. So it's fairly cheap. Uh, it's not anything crazy like Adobe's full suite. I think if you were to just get Illustrator, it's still a monthly thing,
Yeah.
but it might be like $20 a month, something like around there. So I mean, instantly you're going to save with 2 months of, you're saving a ton of money.
I am always for one-time purchases. I think in the tech
Yeah.
world, even, across everything, I mean, music, right? Like the big music DAW that everyone
Mhm.
uses is Pro Tools. Well,
Yep.
Pro Tools is like $10 a month for the lowest, and then I think goes up to like $40, $50 a month at the highest level. It's kind of getting ridiculous. When I was in college with you, actually, was the first time that I used Pro Tools, and I bought a M Audio audio interface, and it came with a version of Pro Tools.
Oh, nice.
The whole purchase was like $120 for the interface and like the essential Pro Tools kit.
Yeah.
So we're kind of seeing this. Everything's a subscription now, which is why I think DaVinci is the best. And I mean, if Affinity stays this way, I'd definitely spend $50 to check it out.
Oh yeah. I mean, and then it's a one-time purchase. So it's like, oh, well, if I don't use it, well, then I have Affinity if I need it.
And maybe that's why maybe that's why Canva acquired them. Maybe that, Canva thinks that they can market and promote more of these one-time purchases, because the problem with that model is there's only so many people that are going to try out your product, right? There's only so many Affinity users out there. And once they've bought their license, now how are you generating revenue? Which is why everyone went to subscriptions.
Oh yeah.
But who knows? Maybe Canva just thinks that they can include it as an add-on. Maybe go yearly with the subscription. I would love to see that instead of monthly if you are going to go to subscription.
I would do a yearly.
Yeah, like $15 a year for that add-on.
Yeah, right. They wouldn't do $15.
You don't think so? I mean, if you're already 50
if you're
or 20.
already subbed to Canva.
Mm-hmm. So they're already getting your $10 a month, and it's like maybe like $15, $20, $25 a year to add on Affinity.
I feel like they would probably do, I don't know. I mean, they could do that, but like at that point, they're losing money. It would take them
3 years to get that money back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you can charge people the $49 or whatever it is a year.
Right.
And then every year you make profit,
I could see that for sure.
I
think we're definitely in the wait and see phase with this.
For sure.
I'll check it out for sure. No doubt.
I just thought it was cool because, I mean, we both use Canva, to a degree, or actually pretty heavily for a majority of what we do. Like I created an entire PowerPoint on Canva because PowerPoint is garbage.
Right.
I'm just going to lay that out there. I hate all the Microsoft Office stuff. It's great for Word and Excel. That's it. Don't use it for PowerPoint. It freaking blows. But Canva, I was able to make like a 49 slide PowerPoint deal for work that we use to basically sell our new products now. So, and I think we've managed to get, now of course, like I don't do the selling, my boss does, but he uses my slideshow.
Yeah, it also has like B-roll and music on it. I mean, Canva is really, really good for a creator.
It's impressive.
It's not just Photoshop, it has a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. So
I think you could edit. You could probably edit a whole video on there because you can upload video as well. So if you didn't have DaVinci or Premiere or anything like that, and you really need to get something out, you could totally do it with Canva.
Oh, I've done several things like for church and stuff, like recap videos of different deals. I've put together on Canva before because I didn't have, like, it was like, oh, get to church Sunday morning. Hey, did you do that? I am a terrible person and I forgot. So I need to hammer this out now.
Yeah.
So, I've been in a pinch and been able to use Canva to my advantage. That's another reason why our graphic design person at church she uses Canva in the morning, because normally she'll make like the sermon graphic, right? And so Pastor will give his title, and then she has to make a graphic. And normally it's the morning before we go. So she's super good. But you know, she kills it. She uses Canva.
Nice.
She could use Illustrator and make it even more fantastic, but with the time crunch, you know, Canva's the way to go.
Well, I think that's all we have on that. So, you know, in the comments below, what do you think about this? Or have you heard of Affinity before? Or, you know, like me, is this a new development for you? Will you use this? Would you pay a yearly subscription? Do you believe them that it's not going to be subscription based? I don't, but
let us know.
Peace.
See ya.
I'm walking the streets of nowhere. I'm playing the game.